everyone, this is Devang. Welcome to episode 85 of the Outlaw Joseph Scott. This is going to be another town adventure. This time it is Jailbreak, where Joseph is trying to, once again on the side of the townsfolk, the good people, and he's trying to prevent some bandits from breaking one of their friends out of jail. So let's see what all that entails. And here we are back in town for another town adventure, another town mission. It's Frontier Town Mission number 4, entitled Jailbreak. They're coming for him. His gang is coming to break him out. The high-profile prisoner locked in the sheriff's jail smiles at you with a wink. Now you boys are in for it. So the setup, obviously we use the town board. This building here, building number 5, is the sheriff's office. Kind of hard to see, I know, because we're pretty zoomed out. Town board, there's the prisoner token here. Right now he's behind bars. He's placed on this spot that has the number 5 actually on it. All right, then we've got 2 sticks of dynamite back here. We have 3 horse markers placed here in the middle, like so. Those horses are not going to move until the prisoner. They're waiting for the prisoner. There's 3 bandits waiting for the prisoner as well. And then the heroes were going to be placed randomly on the board. Starts in a random building. And can be placed on any space that is not touching a door or window. Law heroes always start in the sheriff's office. Well, Joseph is an outlaw, so it doesn't matter. The goal: defeat all the bandits that have come to break out the prisoner before he escapes the board. So the special rules: at the end of each turn, D3 new bandits will enter play, or a D6 if there are no bandits on the board. Roll a D6 to see where each bandit enters from. 1 is A, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6, and they are on a random rooftop, building rooftop. And bandits on the rooftops have rifles instead of pistols. And what that essentially means is that they have a range of 12, 2 shots, damage 4, instead of a range of 6, and 5 shots with damage 3. Okay? 3 shots because they're brutal. So they have 12 range, 3 shots, and then they're going to be on a rooftop. The dynamite. So there's 2 sticks of dynamites. At the end of each turn, we remove 1 dynamite token. When the last dynamite marker is removed, an explosion tears through the wall, freeing the prisoner. Flip the prisoner over to his escape side. Once the prisoner is flipped, at the end of each turn, he moves a peril die of spaces through the hole in the wall along the shortest distance to reach a space with one of the horses in it. So in essence, he's going to kind of go like that. The escaped prisoner can move through other models, cannot be interacted with or attacked in any way, which is unfortunate. Once the escaped prisoner moves onto the space as one of the horses, he stops and gets on the horse. And then from that point forward, when the escaped prisoner moves, at the end of each turn, he moves 2d6 instead of a peril die towards B. So he's going to run off that edge of the board over there. Horse markers take up 2 spaces each and block movement, but do not block line of sight for attacks. The horses cannot be attacked or interactive in any way other than by the escaped prisoner. If either space of the horse marker moves off the board, the escaped prisoner is considered to have gotten away. Okay, next rule is the objective, the depth track here, which I'm going to have up there at the top. But basically the depth track is used differently, so it's going to track the number of bandits that still need to be defeated. The hero marker is not moved. The darkness marker is placed on the track based on the number of players starting. So 1 to 2 heroes, it's on 5. So I've got it on 5. 3 to 4 on space 8. And 5 to 6 on space 11. Okay. The hold back the darkness roll is 7+ while the prisoner's still in his jail cell, so the first 2 turns. And then starting with turn 3, it's 8+. Once the dynamite has gone off and he's flipped to his escape side. Every time a bandit is killed, we're going to move this down 1 space. Whenever the hold back the darkness roll has failed, we increase this by 1 space. It's still not going to affect the number needed to hold back the darkness. We are ignoring blood, the growing dread, and the blood splatter spaces, marks on the track though. If the darkness marker reaches the darkness start space, no new bandit reinforcements will be placed. At this point, you just have to finish off the remaining bandits to complete the mission. If the prisoner gets away by moving off B, or the darkness marker ever reaches the mine entrance space, the mission has failed. So the reward is 25 experience and a D6 times $50. If Joseph fails, the heroes cannot visit town, but must begin the next adventure directly. At the start of the next adventure, add 1 growing dread card to the stack. Okay. Well, there you go. That is it, and it's pretty simple. Most of these have some kind of cool rules. All right, so Joseph starts in a random building, because that is what it says. Each hero is a random building, with Law being in building 5. So Joseph starts in building 3, which is in a pretty good spot. He actually starts in this building right here. Because it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, it's not a bad spot. He can certainly see those bandits. He can get to that window, or actually even better, into this doorway. And these guys will need to, they'll go try to grab some cover in the doorways and what have you. So there we go. And Joseph just needs to kill as many bandits as he can, as quickly as he can. The bandits have, what did we say? 1, 2 special abilities. Yep, so they have 2 special abilities. Different ones. Alright, a 4 and a 5. With the 4 being, you'll never take me alive while wounded. Bandits gain 2 extra shots. And number 5 being cutthroats. Bandit attacks are now damage +1. Alright, so we're going to do a little bit more damage, and that's all attacks, both melee and ranged, are +1. Well, it's not too horrible though. I'd rather actually have more damage than shots. Alright, so there we have it. Let's get started here. They are initiative 6, so the bandits are going to go first. So first we need to hold back the darkness. Actually, let's double check here. Yeah, at the end of each turn is when there's new, so he does hold back the darkness, which is good. Alright, so the bandits are going to go first. Now, interesting thing here is that these 3 starting bandits, so with shootout, so we have to worry about the shootout rules here. So they're not ambushing, they're not adjacent to a hero. So now target. So obviously they're going to target Joseph because he's the only target, so no random. And they move the shortest distance between range and line of sight while not ending adjacent. They can move through other type of other enemy models. So what happens is, now they can't see through the doors. So that does mean that these guys are actually going to come in and try to come after Joseph. So they have a movement of 6. So interestingly enough, he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because they don't want to be adjacent. And then he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, they actually kind of want to go as fast as they can, as far as they can, right? So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, I guess they want to go the shortest distance, but they don't want to end adjacent. So it's going to be sort of the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this guy actually can't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess he can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and shoot through the window, because you can see through the window if you are adjacent to it. So 2 of them are going to enter in there, and the third one is going to stand outside the window and shoot at Joseph from outside the window. All right, so that's 3 of them shooting now. There's no difference between the 3 of them right now, so let's go ahead and just take their shots. They are 5 shots each. That's going to be 15 shots at Joseph, hitting on 4s, with 6s being 3 hits. So let me pull out the... Okay, so that's quite a lot. And then it's 2 additional hits for each of these, because they are 3 hits. Alright, so that is essentially 15 hits. And Joseph doesn't get cover for any of them, so let's roll his defense against these. Ooh, that is a good defense. Nice, that is like half, considering he only succeeds on 5s. That's pretty good. I think he will still spend a grit, one of his 2 grits, to this initial grouping. Ooh, and that blocks 3 more. Perfect. Okay, so that's 4 hits that gets through to him, and they are 4 damage each. So 8 more dice here. And so now here is his defense, or his armor roll, which blocks 4, and then he's got his tribal armor, which lets him reroll these. And that blocks 2 more, so 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds Joseph takes. Now, unfortunately, Joseph did go into this adventure with 5 wounds from, I think, the doctor, getting rid of his 1 corruption. But, so he is at 11 wounds, but that's still not horrible. He does have some healing ability and healing items. So then what do we need to do? Alright, so now it is Joseph's turn. So let us roll for his movement. Ooh, a 2 and a 1. Alright, so we'll take the 1. And that will get him his grit back. Perfect. He'll go ahead and step here. Doesn't really make a big difference. But that'll put him in preparation for... he's not leaning through that doorway, but he is there. Actually, that might not even be a good idea, simply because that does put him in line of sight. If he's in that square, they can actually shoot into the doorway for any reinforcements that come. So he'll actually go here, and or do I go here and force this fellow to back up? I don't know that it'll matter. I think he'll still have a shot at Joseph. So let's just go with that. I don't think it's going to make a big deal. So Joseph's turn. He gets to shoot and hopefully take out hopefully 2 of these guys. Not with a roll like that. That is pretty pathetic. Joseph will spend 1 grit though to re-roll all of these. Better, but still not great. Alright, so then he's got reroll for his skill, reroll for his bandolier. Ooh, 2 more 6s. Now that's what we want to see. Alright, so there's 1 6 for the blue dice, 3 6s for the red dice. Alright. So they are defense of 3, Joseph, so 1 for skill, 1 for his Darkstone Bolt, so he's -1 on the die. We'll roll 1 at a time. We'll hit him. We'll kind of go around that way. He does have cover, unfortunately, but not much we can do. We're trying to kill those 2 that are in with him first. So that is 4, and they have 8 health. So let's hit him again. 6, that's a 5, so that will kill him. Bam! Alright, and Joseph can heal a wound for that. That's only 2 of his hits. Alright, so again we'll hit him. Again, -1 on each die, so that is a 5 wounds. I'll just set that over there for right now. Again, alright, that is 2. So it's 1 shy. Let's hit him again. Actually, it doesn't, well, no, if I roll 1, nope, okay. So that will kill him. Boom. Ooh, and I should be moving these down. 1, 2. And that heals Joseph for 1 more wound. Nice. Okay, and so the rest of these are going on him. Now we need to see if these hits are blocked. So, want low. Nice. Alright, so 2 are blocked. That gives him 4. That will do nothing. That is a 4, 5, 6. Not quite enough. Unless, do I spend, is it worth spending his last grit to clear the board? Or use one of his guns? You know what? Let's use one of his, let's use his blue, because all he has actually is blue. Let's use his blue Void Assembly for this battle. It has a minimum of 3. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that is enough to kill him. Bam! Alright. Perfect. Now it doesn't mean we're going to get a D6 more this turn because he has cleared the board. But that was a good first round. And he does still have 1 grit as necessary. So, end of the turn. So we get a D6 new bandits. So we get 6. We would get 6. 6 bandits. Swell. So the first bandit is on a rooftop. Building 8. So way over here, although this counts as 1 big building, so it's not that big a deal. Boom. Okay. Next bandit is in building 2. Let me see if it matters where they, oh sorry, entry point. I don't know why I said building. Alright, so he is there at B. Next one is a 6, so he's on a rooftop over here as well. Okay, 3 more. A 1, so he comes on at A. 2 more. A 2 comes on at B. And a 2 comes on at B. Alright, well, thematically, I guess it makes sense. They're coming over here. We do get rid of 1 dynamite now. Boom. Alright, and now it is the second turn. Alright, so we got a whole mess load of stuff over here. Can Joseph even shoot these guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he can shoot these guys. He can shoot these guys as they move in. once he steps forward. Luckily, none of them can see him. Now, the bandits on the rooftop, I believe, are going to stay on the rooftop. I'm pretty sure that the bandits on the rooftop do not leave. Yeah, they never leave the rooftop, so they're going to stay up there. They actually can't shoot at Joseph quite yet because they can't see him. He would have to stick his head out that door, which he will. But the advantage is that's what they're going to do. Right, so it is time to hold back the darkness. Double twos does not move the track. He does have a depth event from the new town depth events. So let's see what happens. D6, a 3, creeping darkness. Move the darkness 2 steps forward. Okay, I'm assuming that that still applies. Nothing says it doesn't, so that makes it more difficult for Joseph. He now has to kill 4 more to get that darkness marker down and stop the onslaught. So basically, they've called for even more reinforcements, and then they will get to move. Now, luckily, I guess none of them can see Joseph, so they're all actually going to charge and try to get either adjacent to a window or into the building, other than the 2 that are on the rooftops. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. And they will shoot at the building, I suppose, that Joseph's in. They know he's in there, I'm guessing, but they don't really have a shot or chance to damage him anyway. Let me just double check. Right, and they are in. Guys on the roof are in cover from anybody except somebody else who's on a roof. So if Joseph went upstairs, he could then shoot at those guys. And actually, he would have cover from these guys. So that actually might not be a bad thing for him to consider doing. Is going up onto the roof, exchanging fire with them, and then. Or maybe not, because he doesn't have he wouldn't have cover from the guys on the roof. In that doorway, he does. But they moved. None of them can shoot at Joseph because he is inside the building. So it is Joseph's turn. So he's going to move. He's got a 4 and a 3. He doesn't need either one. He's going to step there in basically 1, 2 to lean. So he's actually technically here, kind of at the crossroads here, so you can see all this way. And then he is going to go ahead and shoot his gun and try to take out these guys down here. We'll worry about the guys on the roof later. Because remember, the horses block movement, but not line of sight, so you can actually shoot through them. And Joseph has range to all of them because he's got those barrels, Darkstone barrels, which make them have the longer range, which was a very useful thing indeed. All right, no 6s, so that was good in the fact that he has a lot of basic hits. So I'm just going to use his skill and his bandolier. I won't use his grit. All right, well, extra hits. All right, so let's shoot him. -1 on each die, so that'll be a 4. And a 4 is 8, so that is enough to kill him. We'll push the track down by 1. And let's Joseph heal 1. Alright, and then let's shoot these guys down here. So we'll shoot, might as well shoot the closer guy. Alright, so it's going to be 2. That bounces. Alright, so 6, that becomes a 5, that's a 7. So he's 1 shy. You know what, we might as well finish him off. That was just enough. Okay. So he has 2 hits left. We'll go ahead and roll them both, because Joseph obviously can't kill somebody with just 1 bullet, since they have 8 hit points. And I -1 on each die, so 1 die can do at most 5. But let's see if we can do 8 on these 2. And in fact we can. Or no, we can't. Sorry. 4 and 3 is a 7. And we're going to be one shy. Is it worth using his other void assembly to finish that that fellow off? You know, I think it might be. I think it might be. So let's go ahead and do. Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. It's an automatic. Heal another wound. That way I don't have to worry about that. No void assemblies left for this battle. And that puts our darkness track back down to 1. So we have to kill 1 more, assuming Joseph can hold back the darkness. Alright, so now we have end of turn bandit reinforcements. So a D3, so 1 reinforcement. Where is he going to show up? He's going to show up here at A. That was a 1. And the second dynamite explodes, kabloom. Puts a nice rubble hole here, so he's gonna go there, and now the prisoner will run for 4. So he's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, because he can't cut the corner, and then we'll need to figure out which way's faster. It might be maybe this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, so he's actually going to run this way. Try to get to the horses. It's pretty close, but yeah, that is the way he's going to go. Alright, so next turn, let's hold back the darkness. Now we need 8 or higher. 9 will work. Excellent. So this could be the last turn. Well, I won't say the last turn, because Joseph will still need to finish off the bandits, but this might be the last hurrah of reinforcements. But anyway, so they get to go. So you start with the bandits on the rooftop first, and they are going to shoot at Joseph. And so the bandits on the rooftop were 3 shots. Yep, doing 5 points of damage. But Joseph does have cover, and 6s do 3 hits, and that is a lawful lot of hits. Okay, and then add 2 for that 6. All right. So now let's see how the cover does with these hits. Block, not quite. Oh, it does block half. Okay, so we'll adjust over because there were 7. Blocked 4. All right, nice. Well, Joseph will take these. So here's his defense. Blocks 2. All right, so there's only 1 hit got through, and that is worth 5 damage. So he gets his armor save. Okay, blocks 2, so that's going to be 3 wounds, which I think Joseph will take. He still has his reroll. We're going to use that for the other guys. Now these guys will move, so they're going to go 1, 2, 3. Actually, what is the range on their pistols? We said was 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically he's going to go there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he just needs to step forward 1 behind the horses. Alright. So that's as far as they're going to go. They're going to shoot. He really doesn't have any place to get into cover to shoot at Joseph. So he's just actually just going to hang out in the street. So, in fact, actually, I think tactically, I'm going to make this a little more difficult on myself. Since I, have said I want them to play smart and try to get into covers, he actually can go 1, 2 into the building, 3, 4, 5, 6, and lean out that doorway. And that would make more sense for him to do that. So they are 5 dice each. Alright. Hitting on 4s. That is pretty good for them. Okay. And then add 2 dice for that 6. Alright. Cover though. Cover. Blocks 3. Alright, of those. That's unfortunate. Alright, so Joseph's defense only blocks 1. Ouch. Alright. Well, that's why I kept his armor reroll. I do have a grit, but I think I'm going to save that. I think I want to use that for rerolling his own hits. They are 4 damage each, so I had 3 dice for that, 3 dice for that one, 3 dice for that one, and add 3 more dice for this one. Okay, so we're going to have 16 armor saves here with a reroll. So only blocks 2, but armor reroll. Oops. Poor horse. Our reroll helps, works tremendously there. Boom. So 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds is what Joseph takes. All right, so he's up to 14. So he is in good shape. Good shape here. And hey, then it's Joseph's turn. Alright, so let's roll to move. Double 5s, that's not going to help. He's really just was hoping for some grit. And now let's see if we need to kill at least 1, although luckily there's 1 guy out in the open. But optimally, because we do have to kill all these guys before he can get onto a horse and then off the table. Lots of 6s, that's what we like to see. In fact, there was 1 miss. So we will just use his skill, give a reroll, and that's another 6. Wow, that is definitely to Joseph's favor. So 1 additional die there, 3 additional dice here. Alright, well, let's shoot the fellow who's out in the open. Remember, we're -1. So there's 3. Actually, should I spend the grit to give +1 damage to all of these hits? Actually, I think he's going to do that. So, because he's got that amulet of Balorn. We're going to spend a grit to make all of these. I've got so many hits. I'm going to make all, and some of these are going through to cover. That I'm going to make all these +1 damage. So that will actually make it. So, I don't know if I rolled that one. So I'm going to roll this for damage, but I'm even up. Oh, of course, I would get a 7. So we'll wait. We'll wait on him because it just takes 1 die to kill him. Let's see what we have left. So let's shoot a guy on the rooftop. It doesn't... No, you know what? Let's shoot the guy on the ground. So, roll for cover. Blocks it. Cover misses. Okay, and that does 5 wounds. Cover does not block it, so... And a 6, that will kill him. Excellent. Heals Joseph for 1. Not that I don't think it makes a big difference, but I guess every little bit helps. Alright, so up top here, cover save blocks it. Cover save fails, so does 3 wounds to him. Cover save blocks it. Cover save fails. 5 and 3 is 8. That is enough to kill him. Excellent. That will heal Joseph for another wound. All right, and then Joseph has 3 more, so I'm gonna spend 2 on him. Cover save blocks 1. All right, does 3 points of damage to this guy up here. Now it is going to give him 2 more shots because of their skill. And then last, we'll spend this one to automatically do at least 1 point of damage and kill him. Heals Joseph for 1 more. That gets him out of the way. So there's just 1 bandit left who is wounded as well. Alright, so the end of the turn. So we're down at the darkness start, which means we do not get any new bandit reinforcements. And he just has to kill, and he doesn't have to hold back the darkness rolls anymore, obviously, because that's all that the hold back the darkness does, really. So, the escaped prisoner does move 4, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. He's trying to. All right, so start of the new turn. The bandit on the rooftop, is going to shoot at Joseph. Now he has +2 dice, so he's 5 dice. Hitting on 4s. Ooh, lots of 6s though. So there are 2 dice per additional 2 dice per 6. He's certainly gonna put up a fight. All right, cover for the doorway. Blocks a couple. All right. Joseph has no grit, so here's his defense. Blocks 2. Alright, and that's 5 points of damage for each of these. I'm not too concerned. Alright, I think Joseph can take it even if his armor doesn't fail him at all. Or completely fails him, I should say. He can take the 15 wounds without getting knocked out, and he still has his 2. This 2, but the reroll worked really well. So that does 5 wounds to Joseph. So he's up to 15, 16. No, yeah, 16 wounds. It was a very nice try. It was a very nice try. But it is now Joseph's turn to finish that fellow off. His movement doesn't help. Not that Joseph needs the help. Joseph with authority. Not a lot of authority, but you know what? We're going to spend our grit because... did we? Oh, we spent the grit last turn, right? Because we spent it to give +1 damage. So Joseph doesn't have the grit, so he can just skill and bandolier. Oh, that's still 3 more hits. Okay, and that gives him 3 more blue, 1 more red. Okay, all right, cover save. So it all comes down to really the cover save. See how many that blocks. It blocks a lot of them. Oops, so only 3 get through. Okay. Well, this may not be quite over. All right, Joseph is -1 on each die here. Unless, actually, I guess that's not necessarily true. Joseph can use, and we'll go ahead and do that. He's going to use his Worn Eye Patch to get his max grit, and now he will use the amulet. Actually, So, I didn't even think about this. This is the first time I've actually thought about this. Use 1 grit to make all your attacks +1 damage until the end of the turn. Joseph has 5 grit right now. I'm going to use 5 grit. It doesn't say once per turn, once per adventure, or anything like that. There's no limit to it. So each grit I spend is +1 damage. So Joseph, since this is the last enemy, I'm going to spend all 5. Make each one +5, which means I'm +4 on each die. Because remember, he does have an armor. I was 1 down. So +4 on each die. 4 times 3 is 12, and that will be enough to kill him. I have to keep that in mind if I ever have an excess, or for sort of a last-ditch effort when I use my eye patch against a boss or something like Belial is coming up. Using that combination to get that extra damage boost could be. I would say I don't get to use those grit to re-roll, but if I have a good hit roll, or I use 1 to get the re-roll and get a large number of hits, and then I just beef up all of the damage for all those hits. Ooh, that's a nasty combination that I had not thought of. So, but there you go. Shot the fellow off the rooftop. You know what? And I haven't been recovering the grit from shooting them off the rooftop. I don't even remember what it was. It was like a 1 or a 2, something like that, to recover a grit. Still, there we go. So that is successful mission. Not too long, unfortunately. Unfortunately for you all, because obviously it means this episode's shorter than others. But then that might be a good thing, since considering a lot of the episodes run fairly long. And I certainly don't want to always drag this on, and I tend to ramble at the end anyway, right? So I think, as with all of these town adventures, there's some really cool stuff going on. I think that all just so much better with more than one hero. So it may be worth my revisiting all these as one-shots with kind of like what I did with the which one was it? The basic one, I think, the shootout in the streets, with just 4 level 1 generic heroes, or something like that. Because I just think all of these would be so much cooler with multiple heroes, including this one. This one's not quite as much fun as like the bank robbery was pretty cool, with the people running around, as annoying as that was to some extent. And the hanging one was, I think, was a lot of fun. Actually, I guess it's the hanging one with the people running around, was it? The bank robbers with the money bags. I think just all those would be better, are better with multiple people. I think the same thing with this one. And this one I had a little bit of an advantage because I started out in a building, and then so they couldn't see me, so in order to shoot at me, the AI goes and moves in to attack me. Whereas they might have been better hanging out. Although they did get a first turn shot at me by doing that. If they had just found cover out here, I would have gotten the first shots. So, but regardless, it was just the way that. And then the second turn when I wiped, because I had wiped everybody out in the first turn. Second turn, nobody could shoot me because I was still in the building. It's the way it goes. But if there were more people, then when they come on the board, they would have more options for who to attack, who to shoot, and things like that. So, but I think regardless, I think this is kind of cool. Cool idea. I don't know if I would have put maybe the horses a little bit differently. I would actually prefer if the escapee kind of came out this way, just for thematic and cinematic reasons rather than sneaking down the alley, I guess. Although I guess sneaking down the alley thematically would work, would make sense too. I don't know. But I like the idea of it. I would also kind of like to see, I'd like to see Flying Frog come out with a modular board. I think it'd be easy enough to do, because the way the board's set up pretty well is that they could have sort of this four-way street or something like that, or even so whether they do like a 3x3 street crossroads board, and then they could make rectangular modular boards for buildings. You may make them double-sided like Last Night on Earth or whatnot, and so you could have two different things. You don't even necessarily have to give them. They don't have to have printed numbers on them. You could easily use tokens to indicate building 1, building 2, building 3 for setup during the game, and then you could have modular towns, and you could theoretically even build a larger town. That actually would be kind of cool, being able to do that. Anyway, just some rambling thoughts. Joseph was victorious, so he will get to go to town next time. The last mission in the Frontier Town mission pack is Town Overrun, and that will be in 2 weeks. But next week is Town, where he will hopefully get some more Darkstone bullets. You know what? I wonder if he should... So here's a question. The rules don't really say. You can only have 1 ammo at a time triggered, but considering how the gunslinger, the gunfighter has his specialty bullets, and he activates them, and then it would replace the previous one. I wonder if Joseph could buy, like 5 sets of Darkstone bullets, and then only use 1 a turn. I think he could. The downside is obviously the Darkstone bullets have a Darkstone icon on them, which means then he's rolling for corruption at the end. Oh, speaking of which, Joseph might as well roll for corruption for his 1 pistol. Okay, so there's 1, and then he has to make a willpower save, which he does. But if I buy a second ornate case for his other pistol, then the only corruption he's rolling for are for those Darkstone bullets. Then it might be wise to stock up, maybe even if it's just like buying 2 at a time, so that if the next town does not have a blacksmith, he can still have some Darkstone bullets for the adventure. Now, didn't really think about that. I don't see why it wouldn't be a problem. Again, it's a weightless item that he's carrying around, so it does apply to anything that has that attacks based on Darkstone icons and things like that. So I think he will do that. I think I've got enough Darkstone as well. I think I'll pick up like 2 sets of Darkstone bullets, or maybe 3, something like that, and carry them around just in case the next town ends up not having a blacksmith. Of course, now that I say that, next week when he goes to town, even though it's a large town, it's not going to have a blacksmith for Joseph to buy Darkstone bullets from. But I think that we'll make that the plan. Feel free to let me know what you think about that. If you think that's cheating or cheesy, I think it seems like it's acceptable to be able to do that based on the way the rules are written. So or whether you may say, hey, aha, brilliant idea, D-Bang, brilliant idea. I'm hoping you say that, but that's it. So anyway, thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like seeing all the different scenarios that we've got for Flying Frog here for the town. And I will see you next week. Bye.